Hello, everybody. It's Da Vinci from Da Vinci Tech Solutions, or Devin. Either way, I go by both. Today, we'll be working with A-Frame. For those of you who do not know who A-Frame is, who or what, either way, it is a web VR platform that utilizes the HTML canvas and JavaScript. Sorry for that. It's my bedtime. Yeah. So, used a lot of WebGL, really cool modeling stuff. You can make your own models on A-Frame. You could bring models into A-Frame. The main file format is GLTF, very diverse throughout the whole platform. It's very cool. I use this for work. I use it for fun. It's just a great platform. So if you want to get started, it's aframe.io. I'll have it down in the description. Feel free to read up through it. They have some great documentation. Uh, this is not an ad for A-Frame, but I do use it a lot, so I like it. Okay, go away. Go. Yeah, and it's used in pretty much everything. So if you're on the web, if you love working with the web, I highly suggest checking out A-Frame. But today, what we'll be doing in A-Frame is being able to click something and bind it to another camera view. So, for instance, if you have a button that you make in A-Frame, let's just say you want that button to go to another point in your scene. It's basically that's what we'll be doing today because I scoured the internet trying to find this for work because I was working and I could not find it. But then I finally found something going through Stack and documentation, found something through scrounging. But I want this to be accessed for everybody because if you're new to this, new to certain stuff, there's certain stuff you don't know where to look. So either way, I'm gonna stop yammering and get to it. So this is our playground for today. I'm gonna minimize me because the video is not about me. It's about the code. So this is my playground I'm using for the video. It's just a 3D scan of me. It's kind of like a statue. So basically what I want to do with it is I want to be able to click on the statue and have it go to another view of that statue. So that's what we're going to do. And I want to show you something that I really like that A-Frame does is that if you're in your development space on your server, you could do this. Control-Alt-I. A-Frame comes with its own pretty much web editor to where you could add or move, modify anything within your A-Frame scene, all within your browser. And if you npm install A-Frame-Watcher into your setup, you could literally make those changes and then save them. I'm pointing like you guys can see my finger, but save them and it'll rewrite your code. It's actually really cool, but I'm actually just gonna go ahead and show you what I'm doing. So for the sake of time, I already built my rig, but I'll move it around a little bit just to show you what it can do. So I have one rig for my camera. I highly suggest making a rig in A-Frame if you have multiple cameras or just a camera in general, because if you just have your one camera, it's not going to be able to move freely. It's going to be kind of designated to a certain place. So what you want to do is you want to make a rig, an entity file to hold that camera. Within the rig, you can move it wherever you want. So it's my first rig. That gives you the first initial view. What is happening? Why did it take us out? That's weird. Okay, well, we're gonna jump back in. Okay, and we're back. Are we still recording? Yep, we're still recording. Good. So this is my second rig with our other camera where I already kind of moved it around, but I'll show you what you can do with it. So I'm gonna click on this. So I actually want this to zoom in a little more. That white line that you see is going to be our site of view. So that's what you'll be seeing to the camera. So let me see. Let me click on this because I want that view now. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, and now we're going to click on camera, on the rig, actually. Okay, so I want it to kind of line up with my face. So I'm gonna, something about these rotations, it's very crazy with this. So what you can do is just utilize this little thing up here, where like if you want it to go that way, you could do it that way. You want to go that way. Sometimes it doesn't show, so it's a little wild, but I think that will do it. So I just did this for the sake of showing you that you can move your stuff around in here and then just copy it into your actual code, and it makes the design process really smooth and easy. Okay, so now that I already have my camera set, we're going to go back to our code and we're going to get out of this. I'll just refresh the page. So that's where we start off. So now we're in our text editor. This is VS Code. Well, I'm sorry, it's more than text editor, it's IDE. So well, we already have the coordinates for our camera, and that's perfectly cool. But one thing you want to make sure you do, very, very important, when you're bringing in another rig, you want to make sure that you set your cursor to ray origin mouse, because that will make your mouse the ray origin, which has something to do with VR when you have the controllers and you point stuff. But it will basically make anything in that view clickable. So that's very important. And also make sure that your camera is active. You want to set that camera to active. So now that we've done that, let's go down to our script. Oh, also another thing, very important. Set an ID for your entity. If you do not set an ID for your entity, it will not work. It will not be clickable. You may have an ID for your asset, but it is not the same as your entity. So make sure you set an entity ID. So now let's get to it. Sorry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable really quick. Let's go statue. Nope, that's not statue. Statue equals document dot query selector. Open up parentheses, get the quotations, and now we are going to reference what we want to click on. So the ID that we want to click on is DaVinci. That's the ID of the statue. So DaVinci, and then we're going to close that out. Now we're going to set another variable for the camera. Let's go cam1 equals document dot query selector again, and go to this process, and then we want to grab the ID of the camera, which is camera1. So we're going back there, camera1, and we're going to close that, and now we're going to get into our function. So statue dot add event listener, which is pretty much we're telling it to, hey, be aware, listen for what I'm about to tell you. So that's what we're telling our program. So we're going to say click, then we're going to put comma right there, and then we're going to start our function. Oops, sorry. Parentheses, put an event. And once we set our event, we're going to open up the curly brackets. And now we're going to reference our camera. So cam1 dot set attribute. This is basically saying, hey, make sure you're listening to that event, because once I do that, I want you to set this. I want you to do this. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and say camera, because this is what we want to change. And we're going to say, oh, sorry. My fault. We're going to say activate, another comma, and then we're going to set it to true. We're going to go down and close all of our brackets and everything like that. Okay, that looks good. Go ahead and save that. And then let's go check and see if it works. Okay. Boom! Check that out. So basically, I just clicked on the statue and came to a whole new view. But now I can't get back because I didn't make a button to go back. But that's the good thing about it. You can just refresh and click it again. But we could also make a button to go back. This is what I like to do. I've made the plane, I've set the ID, I'm going to save it. So it's going to show up somewhere in here. See? So this white part right here is our plane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize the WebVR web editor, and I'm going to click on this, and it's already where I want it to be. I want it to be vertical because it's going to be a button. I'm going to be able to press it. I don't want it to be flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move it to where exactly I want it to go. So I love this thing. It makes things so much simpler. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that the opposite way, rotation. So there we go. That's the one we want. So now I can just move it over here, and I can make it a smaller button, but just for the sake of it being there, for the sake of that, I'm just going to leave it a big button so we can just click it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am just going to take this position for myself. I know this is kind of a raggedy way of doing it, but at the moment, I don't care. So, position. Yeah. Oh, nope. Okay, open this up. Oh, why did I just do that? That was dumb. Why did I do that? Okay, so first one is 0. The other one is, let's check it real quick, 2.564. 2.564. I didn't look at the other one. Let's see. 1371. 1371. Okay, now rotation. And I don't need to do anything for this because I know exactly what it is. 0, 90, 0. Okay. So once I save that, that's how it's going to get out of here. So once I save that, that's how it's going to be. Okay, well, there's back. But there's no plane. Where'd our plane go? I set it to the right place. Or did I? Well, let's just see. Yeah, the plane. Oh, look at that. It's invisible. Okay, so basically we have to flip it because it doesn't want it to be shown. It's only shown on one side. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to flip it. I'm going to flip it. Maybe that works. Let's see. I just flipped it on the z-axis. Oh, nope. It's still doing its thing. You know what I'm gonna do? we're going to say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go here, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to see if I can make it double-sided, because sometimes you can. Oh, see, side, front. So double, you want to put double. So what we would do in our code is this. Actually, first, let me take the back and line it up exactly with this. But I already have the position for that, so I can do that. But real quick. So what we want to do is inside of our plane, we're going to put material, and then we're going to open up side, and we're going to put double. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to say material. Don't laugh at me if I spelled material wrong. Typing is hard sometimes. Side, double. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to take the position, excuse me, and the rotation of the text, and I'm going to, of the plane. I'm going to put it in the text as well. So I'm just going to put that there. And then I'm also going to put a line, which is not usually a thing, but it forces itself there. So it should align within the thing. Yeah. And also, what you want to make sure to do is you want to put the text a little bit in front of the plane, because sometimes you won't be able to see it. Now, this might be back or in front. I don't know yet. We'll see. And I also have to make the text double as well. So there we go. It's now double, but I think the text is still back there. Or maybe the text is double. Let's just see real quick. And I know this video is going longer than I had planned, but oh, well, okay. Let's just see what we can do here. So let's see if we were to, that's why. It's on the x-axis. This is y, and this is z. Okay, gotcha. So I had them in the wrong order. Sorry about that, guys. So let me see. And then what we're going to do, just for the time being, we're going to flip this. So we're going to get this 0. Cool. And then we're just going to rotate that thing one more time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this to the front. Okay. It has disappeared. And this is the thing about the text as well. You have to do the same thing. You have to do the side, and it has to be double. So make sure, very important, if you do plan to make a button, make sure that the text and the... I'm getting a call. One moment. Let me pause it. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so we're back. Sorry for the brief intermission. It was taking a long time. I didn't want you guys to wait. So, okay, that should do it. Oh, and I forgot I have to put the material here too, because we have to do the same thing for this that we did for the plane. We have to say side, double. Okay, this should do it. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yes, cool. So the only thing is I have to change the color. So that'll change the color, and that'll be black. Bam. Okay, there we have it. So now what we want to do, the main objective we came here for, is to come here and then press back to go back to the camera view. So that's what we're going to do now that we've placed our back button. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're basically just going to do this over again. So for the sake of wasting any more time, I'm just going to copy this and put it under. Except we're going to change it up. We're going to say back. And then we're going to get the ID of the plane, which was, if anybody can remember, Scream It Out. No, I'm joking. What was the plane? Button. Okay. Button. See, I forgot to. Button. So now we're going to get the camera. We'll just say cam, because that's the original camera. So bam. Camera. Change this from back. From statue to back. And then now you change cam 1 to cam. And yeah, that's it. So let's check it out. Save it. So now we should be able to click on me, go here, and then, oh, we're back. We're back. There we go. And there you have it. So if you've been looking for something like this, here you go. I'm just going to keep clicking on me until, and it also works on mobile as well. So now if you were to do this and then click on this or tap it, it'll have the same effect. So I'm going to push these changes and then I'm going to give you guys the link. So I just push these changes really quick. So git push, and I'm using Heroku. So Heroku master. And I'm already logged into Heroku from here, so it'll just go ahead and do that for me. And once that's done, Heroku is pretty fast with pushing changes to master. So okay, good. So now that it's done, I already have the link up, or I did have it up. I guess I don't anymore. The good thing about that is we can definitely go here and click. It has the link already set for us. So let's go ahead and open. So here we are. So click and back. Click and back. And there you have it. We go to my dimensiond.herokuapp.com and click on me, and bam. Now we're back to me, and we're back to me, and we're back to me, and we're back. So there we go, everybody. Hopefully you got some use out of this. I had a good time. It's been a while since I made a video, so I appreciate everybody. Thank you, and I'll be making some more tutorials pretty soon. So peace.